Yeah, of course I call. Assalamu alaikum, Miss. All right. Assalamu alaikum, peace. Coach Nyla.
And Coach Fatimah, 2/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-authors of the book, Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored.
So,
How y'all doing this evening or this morning?
again, what's this? IG, right? IG, Assalamu alaikum, peace. Coach Nyla.
And Coach Fatimah.
We are co-wives, co-founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships with our husband, Coach Nazir, and co-authors of the book, Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored.
Yes.
And we're going to get into our live event for tonight, or tonight for us, today.
For y'all.
And, IG, we're going to take questions and things like that. It'd be best for you to actually go to our YouTube channel because we want to be able to see and answer any questions that you guys may have.
Yes.
And that's where we're able to see it. Okay.
And if you're new, head on over to Outstanding Personal Relationships on YouTube. Okay, guys?
So we're going to get started. In this live, we're going to go through what we call our relationship audit, right? Our relationship audit. And our relationship audit will be on a particular movie. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, or clip a couple in the movie called The Family That Prays. And we're going to break down what it looks like on our frame spectrum code and what her level is, the wife's level, the husband's level, all that other good stuff. And to see how this may apply to you and may apply to your marriage and your life.
Yes, and it's The Family That Prays, Preys. Okay, just for clarification, if you thought it was something religious, because this movie was not that. And you'll find out why very shortly as we get into it, as my co-wife, Coach Nyla, was saying. So just bear with us very quickly, and we're going to be starting very shortly. Okay, so let us know where you all are at, where you're tuning in from. We always ask because we always want to know. Even you, IG. We're going to do a brief Q&A once we wrap the actual content that we're going to be doing in the audit that we are going to be doing right here live. So we're going to get into it soon, okay?
We have a question for them. We usually open our open our lives with a question that we pose to the audience, to you guys.
Yeah. A question for this evening might be, have you ever felt like your relationship actually needed an audit? Okay. Have you ever looked into it and evaluated it? Because that's what we're going to do live for you, right? So I know I have. And that's we're focusing in on marriage and relationships of that caliber, because it's supposed to be the most important relationship you have. So if you say your relationship with your sister, your brother is a little bit more important than your marriage, that might be where the problem lies. So we will get into that. So yes, have you ever asked yourself that question? And if so, what was the answer?
Right, because it's important to audit your relationship. It's important. Yeah. It's important to audit it. When you want to know where you are, where you're trying to go, looking at the goals and everything like that. We tend to do it time to time. Some people do their audits once a year. Some people do it more than that. And I realized that it was easier for me, or better for me, to actually audit my relationships, whether it's my marital relationships, my friendships, a relationship with my co-wife, audit these relationships on a more consistent basis. Because if you know where you are and you know that you're not quite where you want to be, it's pretty much like when you're in the flight, the pilot in the airplane. He course corrects consistently to get you to where you need to go. So if we're not doing it consistently and we're waiting until something blows up, or we're waiting till it gets really ugly, then it may be too late. It may be too late. So being able to audit your relationship, audit how you are showing up in your relationship. Where are you on this frame spectrum code? And constantly auditing yourself so you can learn how to get better and improve your marriage and improve your relationships. Showing you how we audit, how you can audit your own.
Yeah, because sometimes we don't accept that we need to do it. So some people say, I didn't even think to do it at all. And one thing about a pilot is he has a co-pilot, right? Because he can't shoulder the entire trip or journey by himself. So they have to have somebody there to help. So once we think, oh, you know what, you audited. You audited by yourself, and I'll not do anything. So I like that Coach Nyla was saying that. Have you decided you're going to audit it? Why it's important that you do so? And have you ever heard of, auditing your relationship? And if you haven't, if you're new, that's okay. We're going to break it down. And we have some really good stuff to do that with. IG, yes, please, 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 please get on over to YouTube. We've been here. People said they haven't heard from us in a while. We've been here, y'all. The last few weeks.
Where you been?
Where you been?
So what we're going to do, we're going to play a short clip. And in this particular clip, it gives you a good idea of how it is throughout the movie. Like I said, if you haven't seen it, you haven't seen it, but it'll give you an idea of their relationship throughout the movie. And it'll give you a great idea of how she is, like her person. How she is in her person, and that's not just in her marriage, but just throughout her relationship with her mother, her sister, anybody that's that encounters her.
Yeah, she got a lot of work.
She really does
to do. So okay, off we go.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Daddy.
Hey, running a little late tonight, huh? Yeah. Man, how you feeling, huh? What's going on with you? And why don't you go wash your hands? You all right?
I'm good. I'm good.
Baby, whose car is that?
Company car.
Company car. Wow, it's nice. Treating you real good over there.
Yeah.
They're paying for this house. They gave you a Mercedes. That's
Yeah.
wow. I wish they'd treat the construction workers like that. You know, baby, I need to talk to this Mr. Cartwright.
Why?
I just got some ideas, that's all.
He doesn't see construction workers. But I'll tell him for you.
Okay.
What is it?
I'm just wondering, I mean, you work pretty close with him, right?
Not that close. Why?
I was just wondering if I can get a meeting with him, that's all.
What are you talking about?
Come on. Hey, I always wanted to start my own construction company. I'm just thinking maybe, he has all those contacts. He might be willing to give me one of the smaller jobs that he passed on. Maybe even front me with some of the start money.
Don't be stupid. This man is not interested in helping you. He's a multi-millionaire with a lot of better things to do. He's not trying to give out any handouts.
Look, I'm not asking for any handouts.
Chris.
What? Will you just ask the man for me? That's all I'm asking for, baby.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me get that for you. You okay?
Yeah. Chris, I had a long day. I just need a bath.
All righty. So, so IG, we just watched a clip from Family That Prays, and the characters are Andrea and Chris. They're a married couple, and Andrea is a piece of work. Her sister actually said it in the movie. She said, "You're a piece of work." And
she a piece of.
yeah, so she comes home. She comes home late. You guys seen it? So go over to YouTube, IG. Not going to break down the whole thing because they did watch it. However, this is the thing. You guys have seen how she came home late. The husband made mention of that. The husband talked to her about, Chris talked to Andrea about, putting a word in for him at the company.
Yeah.
Did you see how she dismissed him? How she dismissed her husband? She said, are you stupid?
Yeah.
And all these different things like that. It's just so demeaning and degrading to him. I don't know if you guys caught when she walked past him when he was putting his arms out for a hug. So when we break down the spectrum code, the frame spectrum code, you guys will see how many pieces of that she violated. If she can look as feminine and frame spectrum and the frame, she can look as feminine as she wants to be, as feminine as she wants to be.
Yeah.
But the way she behaved was a whole nother level of the game. So,
well, what Coach Nyla was mentioning is that what she was doing, Andrea was doing, it's called verbal devaluation. So she was devaluing his aspirations as stupid. So she just straight up telling to his face was grossly disrespectful, because sometimes we think yelling and cussing and fussing is the only form of disrespect there is. But with her devaluing his aspirations, immediately it's saying they're dumb, and they're stupid, is a direct violation of frame spectrum. So we're sharing that with you now. If you all can see that on your screen on YouTube, IG, you won't be able to see it. Get on over YouTube, y'all.
Because we'll be showing a bunch of different visuals, so you're able to see what we're actually talking about.
Yeah. Right.
So breaking down frame: feminine, respectful, affectionate, admiring, mature, and exclusive. So now you could see what frame stands for in how Andrea violated a number of these things, or where she stood in this frame code. Like I said, the femininity, she looked beautiful, dressed in her skirts and dresses and things like that. But just the whole energy that she was given just in that clip. If you have seen the movie, you'll know that if there's a feminine bone in her body, I have no idea, because she's been rude from jump. Been rude, snobbish, uptight, just very condescending, demeaning.
And it's true, because her posturing was very rude. However, her posturing was also very masculine.
Very masculine.
Now she can be cute. You can be cute and have all the behind and all the boobs you want. But if you act like a man to a masculine man, let me make that distinction. That's a problem. So I like that Coach Nyla pointed out, she looked like a woman, but she wasn't acting like a feminine woman. Okay. It goes deeper than biology. One major thing she did, and this is very cringy and painful to watch if you have a certain mindset. Okay. Not violating frame. Okay. Not violating frame. Understand that what she also did was status displacement. With the car, there was a car and no convo. Okay, instead of a conversation and then the car. So when he's telling her about that, this is news to him. He's today years old finding out about the car. And then on top of it, they're living in a house. You all need to watch this movie. They're living in a house that he's not providing for the family, not because he doesn't want to, but because she has absolutely stepped over him, and we're going to we're going to dig a little bit deeper into it. Okay.
All right. And to give a breakdown of what you guys didn't see just for a little bit so you guys can have some context. Andrea they both work at the same company. He works as in construction. She works in the office. She's pretty much like an accountant or something on the lines of that type of thing for the firm. Mm-hmm. So she ended up getting this position with the person who has been providing these things for her, and she makes more money than her husband. So I know we've seen that time and time again, where like what Coach Fatimah said about the devaluing. Some women seem as though that they make a lot of money. If they make more money than their husbands, then they pretty much wear the pants. I do this, I provide for this, I have this, I have that. You have no say without my go ahead. So that in itself takes away the femininity and that feminine part of her, and goes into the next part where we go into her being respectful.
Yeah.
The mad disrespect, calling him stupid, shooting down his ideas. Now, the thing is, he's asking her to put in a good word. It's like he seemed to have felt like he had to beg her to put in a good word for him.
Yeah, she was
the disrespect, the disrespect
incredible.
of saying that, your ideas are stupid. You go more into the movie, she talks about he always trying to have this get rich quick scheme and everything. And it wasn't about that. It was like starting his own business, his own construction firm that he's been wanting to do for the longest. Yeah. So, but she had no, not even not have any faith in him. She didn't even lift him up. She didn't even have his back. So that's just mad disrespect. The affectionate and admiring.
Oh, that's
it was
out the window.
So much coldness.
Yeah.
As soon as she walked through the door.
And she got contempt for him. You could tell. She doesn't want to be bothered with him. She was incredibly passive aggressive. And some people think now ambition, we love ambition, right? But if you don't have ambition and integrity and respect, men don't care nothing about your ambition. Okay? Because you can be ambitiously negative. You can be ambitiously an a-hole. Okay? So that's something to be examined, right? When we're talking and auditing our relationships, what kind of ambition do we have? Because she was not submissive at all. I mean, and he was so kind to her, and he wasn't coming for her. He was, and she was so passive aggressive. She was disagreeing she was agreeing to not help. She didn't even want to help him. Like Coach Nyla was mentioning. That's her husband. That's her husband. So when you're watching this, if you don't see it, because it's so right there up in front. She's doing this in this man's face and challenging him the whole way, and almost calling him too stupid to put a good word in for. Right. Like, you're not ready.
It's like she was embarrassed of her husband.
Yeah.
And a little bit more context, without giving away the movie for those who haven't seen it. A little bit more context is that she praised this other man so heavy against her husband. So when it comes to the exclusive part, the loyalty is not there. And there's way more disloyalty in the movie when you see it. Yep. Not that we're just pumping the movie, but if you want to understand what that looks like in the frame spectrum code, and to even compare it, and I know we go into the comparison, but I mean to compare to am I doing this? Because sometimes on the outside looking in, it's easier for us to say, well, this person is doing this wrong, or oh my gosh, I can't believe she's treating him like this, or I can't believe they're doing this, and not realize that we could be doing the same thing. We could be showing up the same way. Can we say, whoa, did I just walk past my husband and not even realize that he maybe, even if he didn't put his arms out of wanting to get a hug, did I just walk past him and just dismiss him like, okay, yeah, I had a long day. Oh, forget about you. You know, oh yeah, you just, This man pulled, it was a pizza. I'm like, I would be like, yay, but he's just mad dinner. Put dinner on the table, everything like that. Talking to his wife, realized that she was late. Caring about her, what's going on, asking these questions.
She blew him off.
And let's go into the mature part of it all.
Yeah, she was acting like a child, and she was being petty all through.
Very
it.
petty
And argumentative and combative, and she really, when I say contempt, she's on theme as far as not being able to stand him at all. Like she's tolerating him on the lowest level. Okay. And I've spoken about this before, the intolerable toddler. Now, this is not as loud, but the level of the lack of maturity that she has for him, and being catty and petty, and just, again, the disrespect is so loud in this scene. So we could just keep going with that. We could build on we could just settle into the respect part, which she's totally doesn't care about.
Yes. So that was breaking down what that looked like in frame. To also break down what it looked like in, as far as the spectrum code, what is that level? Where's her spectrum level? However, we're going to also get into what it looked like for Chris, even in that short scene, what it looked like for Chris, because the men, they have their frame spectrum code as well. It's a little bit different than the women as far as what it looks like and how we operate within it. However, it exists. And even in that short clip, and you can see even his throughout the movie, what that looks like for him and how he shows up.
He was trying.
Yeah. And there are a number of couples in there. We decided to focus on them for now. We may do another one with the other couples in there, because it's a very good movie to actually pull from, learn from, and wonder, how is this showing up? You know, can I look at this? Is this a mirror to what's going on in my marriage? Is this the mirror to what's going on in other people's marriage? I know that when I watch this, like, oh, I remember when I used to be like that, or if I'm the people pleaser, or I'm thinking that other people think this way or feel this way, or they need this type of thing without really asking them, or not being as communicative, if that's even a word, we're gonna make it a word today. So, but let's break down. Let's look at the let me make sure this is the frame spectrum code. I said IG, you might want to go over. I said we're going to be showing a number of different things, and this is actually taking a while, so I don't know.
It takes a second to learn.
So anyway, hopefully there it is. So you guys look at that frame spectrum code. Of course, it's a pretty, feminine colors for the women, and then the blues and things like that are for the men. But it's pretty much, it says the same, but we operate differently, and it looks different when it comes from the masculine side and the feminine side. However, those who are familiar with it, who've been with us for a while and seen this for a minute, can you pick and put in the comments, where do you think she was operating in the frame spectrum code? Was she operating from corrupt, which is C1, C2 combative, C3 cynical, C4 conformist, climbing, competent, crown? You can just put C1, C3, C whatever you think in the comments, guys.
Yes, absolutely. Because
if you look at how she was doing a number of different things, just in that little small clip, that clip was like less than 3 minutes.
It was rough. It was
tough.
Heavy. It was
very heavy.
Yeah.
So you can see that she was very combative, very combative. He had to pretty much beg her to do that. And she was very cynical.
Yeah. She was terrible.
That's where I could see her playing the role. However, without giving too much away, if you look throughout the film, you will see that she is very corrupt.
Yeah.
Very corrupt.
Yeah.
When it comes to it's about me, nobody but me, but you actually see it within the first 10 minutes of the movie. Within the first 10 minutes, you already see what it looks like. So she operates in those lower 3 parts of the spectrum. And operating in that way, of course, your frame is going to look the way it is. Of course, the femininity is going to be out the window. Of course, the respect level is going to be non-existent for the most part. You know, the maturity is going to be, you know, sucky and petty. Exclusive, why? No, Miss Ma'am has other stuff going on.
Keep watching.
Has stuff going on. So now we'll go into Chris, her husband, Chris.
Yeah.
Now, yes, we can look at Chris and say, wow, he was very kind, he was loving, he was caring, he was giving, but let's go and look at the men's spectrum. I mean, let's look at the men frame.
So for the men, you have fearless, reliable, ambitious, masculine, and exceptional.
Yeah. As nice as Chris was,
he got some work.
He has a work. What did that look like with the frame for men? Was he fearless? When it comes to his wife, definitely it didn't show that.
Yeah, he was cowering.
He was cowering with feeling like he had to, you know, do whatever she needed to do. Because, and I do believe that it's because he did feel that she was making the money, she was doing these different things. And so it's like he didn't have his self-esteem was crushed.
Yeah.
And it could have been because of certain things that he wanted to try and it failed and things. But then he also has a wife that's constantly putting him down.
You can hear him walking on the eggshells. You can hear it. It's so uncomfortable in that house. And she has put him in a position of submission. Right? Because, and then the thing is about the frame for women, she does not care. So that's why we're talking about corrupt.
Yes.
Because she's doing this and she doesn't care to be better. She doesn't care about him and how he feels. She only cares about, she's loyal to her own self, her own feelings, and what she has going on in her world. And he's just a part of it on a small level, on such a small level. He might as well be a chair in the house at this point. So that's why we're really focusing in on that, because it's a different thing if you don't know you're doing something, or if you absolutely know you're doing something that's negative and damaging to the relationship. And sometimes, you know, she knew she was walking by him. But I know sometimes as wives, sometimes we're in our head and we don't have situational awareness. And we're so like, oh, look at my phone. And our husband's over here going, hello, right? But what she did was absolutely intentional in a negative way, because she lacked respect and care. And then she had this contempt for him.
Yeah.
So it's easy to walk past somebody if you act like that. If that's where you put them at, and you don't care about how they feel, you just care about how you feel and what's going on for you. So that clip is very powerful because it's so much to unpack there in regards of fame spectrum code.
And if you want to know where you are, where you stand on that, we do have a quiz that will help you see what that looks like. You know, like, oh, I hope I'm not acting like Andrea. I hope I don't score like her. Like if she was to take that, you know, take that quiz, and you go to polygamyquiz.com. You take the frame spectrum quiz.
Do it.
Definitely. Or, you know, am I operating like Chris? So we're going to get back into what that looked like for him. Yeah. So reliable. Now, reliable, he was very reliable. Yeah. Chris was very reliable. Where it came to being there for his son, being there for his wife, really even pumping her up and talking about how great she was and things like that, and how great she is. He was that person. So he was reliable. He was bringing in money. It wasn't that he was a bum, a deadbeat, anything like that. He just didn't make as much money as his wife. And he wanted to start a construction business with his friend.
Right.
So he's ambitious as well.
Yeah. He's not laying around the house.
So yeah. So he has to, you can have parts of this and not have it all.
Yeah.
So it's like finding out what it looks like. But if you want to be outstanding, you're going to have it all. If you want the outstanding relationships, you're going to work at having it all.
Yeah.
So you could see where if you're lacking on some of them or one of the things, or how that can look like, or how that can look in your marriage. She was lacking on everything. All her stuff was jacked.
Yeah.
But with his, the fearlessness was missing. And look what it look at how he's living in his marriage. He was reliable. He was ambitious. See, the masculine part, that's another thing missing when it came to that, when it came to, I'm holding it down.
Yeah, he didn't stand on this.
He didn't stand on that. He's begging her. He's, oh, okay, whatever she threw his way. Oh, okay.
Do.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Yeah. Oh, okay, I'm just now knowing that. Instead of really standing on it.
Yeah.
And realizing like, okay, it's not about that. It's not about, because you make so much. No, we're together in this.
Together.
And I'm going to give a little, what do you call it? A little spoiler in there. He finds out that she has way more money than what she's actually making.
Yeah.
Out of the year and things like that.
Yeah.
And he decides to take that money and go and help and put a down payment or whatever on starting his business. And a lot of crazy stuff occurred with that. However, his mental is like, we are married. The stuff that I bring in is ours. And I'm trying to do the startup and everything like that. You don't have my back, but I'm thinking, okay, it's in this account. Then I'm going to use it for this because I'm bringing this stuff in for us. I'm thinking about us.
Yeah, he was thinking about we, not me. And she was the opposite. And what ends up happening with their specific relationship, that's why I love this clip. There's a commodification in their relationship where it becomes transactional. It becomes nothing more than transactional, right? So you can see it, throughout they stay on theme in this movie with that.
They really do.
So it's such a blaring red flag that's on fire, this character, but this is happening in real life. So this is not just a movie that we are showing you all. We're telling you and teaching you and sharing with you that what the signs are. And sometimes we don't want to see it because we love people. And another thing I think that we should understand is that just because there's ambition, again, that doesn't mean there's maturity, integrity. It doesn't mean you're masculine. It doesn't mean you're feminine. You can be, again, ambitious, as ambitious as you want to be, but you got to have the other parts. You got to have the other parts because it's all whole. It makes you whole. So if you go, I'm feminine, but I'm not respectful.
Right.
If I'm masculine, but I have no integrity, well, who's looking for that? Who's checking for that? And then we go, well, I wonder why my marriage is in trouble. Because you're not taking care of the big picture. We call it the big picture. That's important now, right? Okay, I was checking on IG. IG, make sure you get on over to Outstanding Personal Relationships.
Because as we
on YouTube
close this up, we're going to go into the Q&A and things as far as that. But again, how you find out where you are is taking this quiz. Taking the quiz. You'll know where you are on the spectrum. You'll see what it looks like, what that frame spectrum code looks like, and how it's showing up in your life. And be honest, it's okay. there's no judgment
Thank
here
you.
about, oh, well, you got this score, so you're a loser.
Well, it's for
No,
you. It's
we're
for
not
you.
doing that. The
Mhm.
thing is like, okay, to know where you're going, you got to know where you are.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
You know, that it reminds me of, they were talking about that as far as bank accounts. People were like, oh, they
Mhm.
want to have a certain amount of income, or they want this type of money, and they want their bank account to look beautiful and just
Yeah.
full of, you know, just abundance.
Yeah.
However, they don't want to look at what it looks like right
Look
now.
at it now.
They're too
Yeah.
scared to look at it what it is right now. How you know what you already have
Mhm.
and what you need to get if you're not
Right.
looking at it? Before you know, you got an overdraft here and this insufficient fund there and everything like that, because you're not working on, you don't see what it is to work on
work
what you
on it.
need to go.
Yes.
It's okay to be ignorant at first if it's your goal to be intelligent over time. We
Mhm.
don't know everything. It's not
Mhm.
going to happen. We're not perfect in our marriages and our relationships.
Right.
We're not. But if
Right.
we're able to say, this is what it's looking like right now, and this is where I want to go, and this is where I want to be, then it's easier
Mhm.
it's easier to get there, because you already know where you're starting from. And
Mhm.
sometimes you realize that, wow, I'm not starting from as far back as I thought
As
I
I
was
thought.
starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know what you don't know until you need it. So make sure that you all are listening to Coach Nyla, okay? And if you are still on IG, make sure you comment quiz, okay? So then you can get right there. Just comment the word quiz if you're on IG, because you cannot do it on YouTube. So we're going to start, I believe, very shortly.
Real shortly, because let me see, masculine, we talked about masculine and an exceptional part. He just wasn't that.
Yeah.
So he had 2 out of the 3, but it's like, that's okay. Think about that in terms of if you're taking a test or
Mhm.
you're in school and you're saying, oh yeah, well, I got 2 out of, I got 2 out of 5, right?
Mhm.
Really? No, you're
Don't say try
failing. You're
again.
failing. So
Yeah.
being able to work on that. She had
Yeah.
nothing. So we don't even want to get, she's in corrupt mode. So when it all comes down to it, being able to see where it is. And when you're in corrupt mode and that's where you are, only you can pull you out of that. No one else can pull you out of that. That's you. Only you can pull you out of that. If you're
Yeah,
ready,
'cause that's
if that ever happens, when you're at
Mhm.
the lower parts of the spectrum, you have to get up out of there. You have to climb up out of that hole yourself.
Yeah. Yeah,
We're not
totally.
stating that, oh, you're just extreme trash and you can never,
You
ever,
can't come
ever
out of it.
get. No, we don't know that. You know that.
And remember something, guys. There's a problem when ego and the anger, because we're loyal to that sometimes.
Mhm.
When ego and anger are stronger than reason. Okay.
Mhm.
So a lot of times we can't heal and get through and go through and grow through what we go through because we don't want to get out of our own way
Oh, yeah.
and out of our
That's right.
own ego and out of our own chest and our feelings instead of looking at someone else's experience. Now, do we come out like that? No, we make a decision that's what we want to do or need to do,
Mhm.
even if it's not comfortable, because nothing grows comfort. And when you're comfortable, you have
Mhm.
to come out of that and get into being uncomfortable so that you can be comfortable. People ask us all the time, how does this work? How does that work? Because we decided to be uncomfortable
Oh, yeah.
and get out of our own way, because each coach is on their own journey. That's what we're saying that too. So don't compare your first day in this, your first month, first year. We've been doing this for some time now, for years and years and
Mhm.
years, and it took us years to get it, and doesn't have to be that way with you.
No.
Okay.
We're giving you guys the shortcuts. We didn't have those,
No.
and we're still figuring out things along the way
Mhm.
and learning more and growing as we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, when you're able to do that, this is why we're able to create the things that we
Yeah.
do, and to create what we create in order to help you through the things that we've went through already. You know how when you're a kid, the parents say, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you not make the same mistakes I did.
Right.
Those type of things, because people could say, well, you did it, or you did it like that, and look at you now.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's great and all fine and dandy, but if I had it a different way, if I had it where the frame spectrum quiz, oh my gosh, be able to find out this is where I was during that time.
Oh gosh.
And saying, okay, this is where I want to be. Amazing. Having the books, at polygamybooks.com, these things that have been created. I was like, because we've been through it.
Yeah.
We've been through it. And we're still going through it because you know what? This is our first time in polygyny. Is everybody, this is my co-wife first time in polygyny, my first time in polygyny, Coach Nazir's first time in polygyny. You're right.
Can that be a thing?
So other things come up and it's like, oh wow, that's a new thing. Yeah. Or we're learning something from learning things from clients. I'm like, oh yeah, wow, that's something else.
Yeah, it's a different perspective.
But here's how you get through it. This is what self-regulation looks like. This is what being able to grow looks like. This is what being able to look at yourself and look at frame, look at your spectrum, your level on the spectrum. This is what that looks like. Now you have tools to pinpoint where you are and say, okay, this is where I am. Now this is where I can move forward on. So that's a beautiful thing. So being able to take this, but we wanted to, and we'll be doing this more, being able to take from different movies, shows, different relationships, celebrity relationships, and ranking what that looks like on the spectrum. What does that look like in frame? The men, the women, all of that. Because once it's easier for us to see, like I said, the outside looking in, and we can see when another person is doing something, when they need to fix something, when they need to work on something. But being able to say, wow, I do that too sometimes.
Accountability.
I do that too. Or I've done that. Yeah. But now what do I do? How do I get out of it? How do I get out of it? How do I change it? How do I grow? Well, we have the tools for you. So.
Yeah. And I think sometimes we're so busy looking at other people, we're not checking ourselves. And sometimes we need to get checked, and understand that accountability is so precious. And taking accountability is something that helps your relationship. I know that women, we've been running from accountability. Woo! We see it coming and we take off. So we're telling you that that's part of the journey, is holding yourself accountable. Okay. So what we got here?
All right. First. So you guys have questions? We're gonna take questions before we close it out.
Yes.
So and Coach not Coach Nyla, I'm Coach Nyla. Hey.
Another one downstairs.
Right? So Coach Patrick was most likely gonna look at it because apparently my eyes are not it. So I can't see what you guys are putting up there.
They were asking, could we make the image smaller so that they could see us? Yes, the frame was supposed to be on the screen so that you all could see it. So maybe next time we'll float somewhere so you can see us as well. But remember, it's just up there briefly. Now, here is a question. Can you tell me more about your ups and downs and how it looked as you were dealing with your situations? It's my first time too, and that's where I need help. I had a surgeon tell me this, and Coach Nyla and I have been to many hospitals and dealt with many doctors, and I was getting a procedure done, and he was this vascular surgeon. He was like, this is the easiest thing I'll ever do in a day. And I was like, go off, bro. Okay, bro. So he said to me, it's going to look ugly before it looks beautiful. And I've taken that with me, and this was years ago. And I said, listen, I'm not getting into any swimsuit competitions. Do it, do the thing on leg or whatever you got to do. So he laughed, and so did I. But it stuck with me. Okay. And that is really what OPR has started with from the beginning. We've always said and stated that this journey for us as individuals now, we're still family, right? But as individuals, has come with its ups and downs. So one of my downs was when I was faced with, it's like backlash that wasn't mine. However, I said, this doesn't feel good not being able to be equipped to defend my family or my husband. People are asking me questions that were for him, and I came up with nothing at a certain point. It was like, I don't know. Now I absolutely have an arsenal of things to say, right? But in the beginning, it didn't feel good. So the transition for me was saying, these people don't dictate how I feel about, and I don't care. So I was never a person that really cared what somebody else thought. But when I was stumped, I said, this feels like a low. Or when I don't have answers, and at the time I wasn't talking to Coach Nyla. She was always available and pretty much ready to kind of talk to me or have that conversation. Can't be like, oh, I'm ready. This is going to be great. I mean, it's a different type of ready. It's a sharing information. It's trying to connect type of ready. It's the hoping this conversation goes well type of ready. Being willing to share her background kind of ready, but ready for all of this other stuff that you don't sign up for. That was more challenging, I think, for all of us, because it's like, okay, what do you do with it? Okay. So one of the things that I knew as a practicing Muslim woman is, I said, I can't keep asking people for what I want. I have to ask Allah for what I need or what He wants to give me. So my dua, my prayers were understanding and knowledge and peace. Just on repeat, because I said, I don't understand this. I really don't understand this. And I had my reasons why I didn't. So that for me was big in my teenage daughters. That was huge.
Yeah. Mine sometimes, some of my kids, mine was one of the heaviest downs, I would say, is comparison and feeling like an outsider. I guess is two, I guess you can say. And not really knowing your place and what that looks
heavy.
It's like you're coming into something that was already there, already created. And the way things, because of the way things looked to other people, because they either didn't know or had their own ideas or their feelings and everything like that, made it difficult. As to grow into it or to see it as a kind of like a learning process, a part of just learning what it is, learning what to do, learning how to connect, type of thing. So I talk about it a lot, and I say, don't allow people to, or don't give people ammunition to blow holes in your marriage, or don't give people ammunition to blow holes in your relationships. And that was a thing that I stood on even with myself. So I wouldn't give people the information of what was going on with me. And sometimes it was a mask, wearing a mask, but it's being, it's exhausting. And having the fear that you may not be around this for long because of how other relationships have ended, where if the first wife has an issue with it, you might be axed. That sounds bad. That sounded like somebody like a kill you. That's not what I meant, guys. I had to think about that. I played that back in my head. But you wait, you be divorced. Let's stop using slang. So when it comes down to it, but having the faith in, having faith in the leadership, having faith in the vision, having and understanding that it may take some time. I never pushed when it came to whether it was my co-wife, whether it was my bonus babies. I'd never pushed like, hey, I'm here, accept this, let's get together, yeah, and do the thing. It's never that. I don't even operate like that. So, but it was lonely That was a lonely feeling. And when you feel like, or when you're put in a position where you are the wrong person, we've had people even going into OPR and doing this together. It can be difficult. It still can be difficult. And after over a decade doing it or whatever, because I don't even know, I lost track. Actually, it ain't a decade yet. It hasn't been a decade yet. But it's been years.
But I don't know the math.
Whatever.
You have to do
2019.
Wait.
Since doing that, so it ain't been a decade yet.
Ouch. Yes, yeah.
So even doing that, where you have people say things of that, oh, if I was her, this is what I would have done to you, and all these other things, when you're trying to teach people how you teach people of how to operate in this, teach people how, that we have real feelings, and this is how you operate through the feelings, because the books weren't out. They weren't out. We didn't have those. We had this is what polygyny looks like from, like, this is, you get married, you got multiple wives, and this is how, these are the rules of it, type of thing, but not the real feelings of it. Not, this is how you navigate through the jealousy. This is how you navigate through the loneliness. This is how you navigate through the feelings of comparison, or how it may look like in blending a family. Blending children, those type of things like that. So that is so much. So the thing is, when it comes down to it, we can't break down our story in a 45-minute, hour live or anything like that. But we do talk about it throughout our channel. So if you definitely check out our YouTube channel and the different videos, things like that. And we also go through these things in our courses as well, because it's important. It's important for not only for you guys to know that it wasn't always like this. It wasn't we weren't always like it. It took years to get here. And it's going to be some ups and downs. There's going to be some challenges. There will be, some times where you're feeling like, and you might actually think to yourself like, wow, did I make a mistake?
Yeah.
Did I make a mistake? Did I go into, without even thinking about it? Because life is going to throw a lot of things at you. But where do you fare on the frame spectrum? Where do you sit? Because that is going to be the thing that helps you through it. That is going to be what helps you navigate through the challenges that's going to come. Where you're going to be able to be the calm in the chaos.
Yeah. Make sure you guys give yourself some grace, because I said it earlier and I'm going to say it again to you. Don't compare. Now, I'm talking about comparison. Please do not look at us and say, well, you know what? How come it can't be like that today? This took some time, like Coach Nyla was saying. So don't compare what's going on with you now, if you are in the chaos, to what we're doing right now as a family and as co-wives. It took time, but being, opening yourself up for a conversation and being cordial is important. So in the chaos, be cordial. Okay. I mean, at least. Thank you so much for the du'as on IG. Again, I'm going to say it, YouTube, you won't be able to do this one, but if you are on IG, make sure you comment quiz so that you can take the polygamy quiz, and YouTube can go to polygamyquiz.com to take the quiz. Okay. We'll make sure.
All right, we're going to check to see if there are any more questions, take a few more if there are, and if there's not, that's it.
I think that's it.
All right, cool.
I think that's it, guys.
All right. Thank you guys for spending the time with us.
Yes.
We totally enjoyed it. Inshallah, you enjoyed it too and got some really good information. Make sure you go to polygamyquiz.com.
Yes.
So you find out where you are on this frame spectrum. Hoping you're not somewhere on the lines with Andrea crazy stuff. And the men, hope you ain't, dealing with the stuff that Chris was dealing with, or maybe you see that you're there and you have to, do some of the work.
Yeah, make some adjustments.
Make some adjustments. It is what it is. Like I said, you got to find out where you are so you know where you need to go and what you need to work on.
Leaders got to learn too, guys. Exactly. Okay, give yourself some grace to the husbands as well. So with that, we're wrapping this up. But YouTube, make sure you're commenting, liking, subscribing, and sharing, because sharing is caring. And hit the notification bell. You're going to want to know every time we upload and go live and things of that nature. A lot of you have made it this far, but you have not hit the like button. So make sure you also hit the like button if you made it this far. Okay, so that's it. We will see you guys next time. Okay.
Right. Make sure you're growing intentionally,
loving fearlessly,
and connecting on a higher level
every single day.
See you guys. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. See you later, IG. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks for your kind words and well wishes. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum. Peace.